Dragon Prince Season 5 just came out early on Netflix, and it was an insane ride. I'm so excited for the next season. So Season 4 was pretty bad. Everyone's kind of agreed on that. But this season totally recovered and found its feet. So I'm going to talk about what made this season so good. Major spoilers ahead, by the way. Major spoilers for Dragon Prince Season 5. So this season had obvious improvements from Season 4. In its animation, I think, had more fluid movement than Season 4, which looked pretty stiff, in my opinion. And it had improvements in the way they handled balancing maturity and humor, because Season 4 was just all weighed down by a bunch of jokes that weren't even funny. And then meanwhile, Season 5, I think, had genuinely funny parts while also being overall the most mature and violent season of Dragon Prince so far. Now let's talk about each of the specific characters and how they were handled and what I liked about them. Let's start with everybody's favorite baby mage, Callum. Callum's the best. We love Callum. So Callum really got a dork out about books this season, which we love to see it, honestly. I'm so invested in Callum's character. He's mirroring Viren somewhat, being the High Mage of Catullus and brother of the king. Viren used dark magic and he was evil. Callum fears ending up the same. He uses dark magic only when he has no other choice, and is trying to protect his loved ones. Only that's how it started for Viren too, isn't it? It's so interesting. Callum's fear of being corrupted, him slowly being so as he tries to protect the people he cares about. This is the angst I'm here for. It's so cool, and I am loving his character this season. Also, Callum learned water magic? Like, what? He learned another arcanum? Let's go. That's our guy. Alright, now that we've established that Callum is amazing, let's talk about our next character, Soren. He was treated so much better this season. Season 4, he was just horribly, sillified, if that's a word. Sillified, I don't know. He was just horribly just made a joke the entire season. It started with him doing the floss, and it ended with him being in pink pajamas the entire finale. So if that says anything, he was not treated with respect. This season, however, he was just given an actual chance to solve problems instead of making jokes about them. It was amazing. Let's go. Yes, Soren. So there's this really cool moment, which I would say is not only one of the best scenes in the season, but one of the best scenes in the entire show. It's the scene where Soren stands up for Elmer. Elmer works for Finnegrin, and Finnegrin treats Elmer similar to how Viren treated Soren. By standing up for Elmer, Soren is standing up for himself, too. It's a really epic and powerful moment. And that brings us to our next character, Viren. He was one of the best characters this season. We got a ton of new interesting information about his past. We saw his wizard mentor and found out he trapped him in a coin, like he did Runin, and hints to the fact that Viren did do something with Harrow's soul, whether that be putting it in the bird or what. And we got this crazy twist. Guys, did Soren die? We learned Viren started using dark magic to save Soren. Whatever's going on, I'm super intrigued by Viren's character. He's so interesting, and I think he's going to find some sort of redemption going forwards at some point, or at least step down. He's stepping down the role of a villain, and Claudia's taking it up, as we saw in the season finale. You know, she's the one fighting them and everything, and he's just back here having an identity crisis. So, I'm super interested by his character, and I'm just so hyped for whatever they're going to do with him going forwards. Oh, and let's talk about Claudia for a minute. Can we talk about how she just lost a leg? You know the plot's getting for real when a character loses a limb. This is insane. I'm so excited. Claudia is definitely setting up to be the main villain of the show, next to Erebos. She's insane. She's one of the biggest threats. Next to Erebos, of course, he's the biggest threat. He's Erebos. Oh, and speaking of Claudia, let's talk about Terry. I love Terry. Terry's perfect. Terry's wonderful. Terry's the best. Alright, that's about that. Okay, let's talk about Ezran. He needs time. So last season, he wasn't even a real human being. He was just kind of saying a bunch of words. He didn't really seem like a real character. This season, he was definitely better, but he just needs more focus. So if they could just give Ezran the attention he needs, he can be much better next season. I'm okay that he didn't get so much focus this season because I love the season the way it is, so I won't change it. But next season, he definitely needs a focus. Rayla. I guess we have to talk about Rayla. I'm kind of mad at her. She left Callum behind for 2 years and she still hasn't apologized. I did really like the scene where Rayla and Amaya talked, and Rayla figured out that she had to trust Callum. So she did talk to him about like the coins and stuff. So I am glad to see her beginning to trust him more. However, she still has to apologize. I did really like the detail though of her having discovered the pirate town during her 2-year journey, because I was like, if you don't come back with some knowledge or something after being gone for 2 years, if you're gone for 2 years and you have literally nothing to show for it, I'm gonna be even more mad. So at least they showed that she has grown and learned new things, about new places and stuff during those 2 years when she was gone. I do like how they kept her fear of water consistent too. She didn't just get over that at some point, like it was a big part of her character in season 1, and she's still afraid of water, and it's still something that Callum helps her with sometimes when she needs it. So I think that about sums it up for all the main characters. For the side characters, I think it was really cool to see Nyx and Velas make a return. I'm glad they weren't just like one shots, just coming in once and not coming back. So that was cool I think that was cool that they came back.